Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Solana. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure to do your own research before investing money into crypto. Taking a look at the monthly chart, I'm going to try to keep this brief and sweet for you. We have a very nice 5-wave structure that played out here. Wave 1 with the high in January 2023, wave 2 with the bottom in June 2023, then we went into a massive wave 3 that peaked in April 2024, wave 4, corrective wave into the end of September, and then we saw that massive blow off top, supposedly for Solana in December 2024. Well, we technically printed a new all-time high in January 2025, and from there we've been on a decline. So is this the end of the bull market for Solana? Only time will tell, and what we can do in the meantime is see what are our targets. Now, I just have to stress this point. If you think the bull market is over, then there is no point to buy coins. Okay, you want to be waiting for the bear market bottom prices, and then you pick up your altcoins at discount. So from the bull market top here, in your worldview, let's say if you think the bull market is over, around a 90%, let's say a 93%, 94% correction would take Solana to around $20. So the previous bear market bottom was at around $8.50. So this time around we might go to around 20, the 0.236 here. So these are the sort of numbers you should be waiting for, or the prices, if you think the bull market is over. If you think there is still one last pump to the upside before the end of the year, which I'm inclined to believe we do have that possibility with the potential rate cut in September, beginning this last sort of leg up in the bull market in 2025. Now on the monthly chart, the 20 EMA here is our massive support level that we are losing. We've done so a few times in the past since the beginning of the year. So in January we had a wick below that. In February and March we had candles below the 20. Then we went back up above that in May, and once again in June we're dropping. So $126.39 is going to be a really good support level, and the reason for that is because this is a previous local top and this is a fib level. So you have a bunch of support over here from the 0.786, and then you have a bunch of rejections, or rather 2 rejections here in February, March, or yeah, you could say February as well, and April 2022. So this was our resistance here. We came back down, broke above that resistance, and then we were back testing it as support before printing a new all-time high. So lots of confluence in this region, $127-ish, great buying opportunity. The next level for you to look at is the 55 EMA on the weekly. That is our black swan scenario if we have a massive crash. If the US gets involved in the war between Iran and Israel, this could definitely affect the markets in a negative way, and we could have a move down to the 55 very quickly, very briefly, but that will be a buying opportunity, because after every single black swan event, there is a recovery, whether it's the COVID dump, whether it's the financial market crisis in 2008, you do see recovery in the short to medium to long term after that. So if you're a Solana bull and you see the price dip below $100, you definitely want to be picking up some coins in those regions. Now, another level to look at is this one over here, the 0.618, the golden ratio, and this is sitting at $73.40. That's another great area for you to look at. And there's a bit of confluence in this region as well. We have a back test of support there, and a few back tests of support here around $80, right? We can round it up to $80. That is exactly what we're looking for. But Solana is, in general speaking, in general terms, Solana is a beast layer 1. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. And I think this, with time, this will be coming a much stronger opponent for Ethereum. In terms of volume, it has surpassed Ethereum. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's very interesting to see how all of this unfolds. But every time we are in these bearish times, the markets recover as always, and then we end up regretting not buying more at cheaper prices. So this is the monthly RSI. We had our peak here in March 2024 on the monthly chart. And right now we're somewhere in the middle here, sitting at the index of 51. Ignore the drawings. Those are from the weekly chart. We'll take a look at them in a second. So if I switch to the weekly now, all right, so the green block above us gives us where we should be taking profits based on previous history, based on 2021 and 2024. We also had this brief peak here in November 2024, and in January 2025, even though the RSI doesn't show it properly, but we did print a new all-time high. But the RSI was already on the decline from there. So that's something to keep in mind. And we are coming back into this block here, or rather we're already dropping out of that block. That's between 38 and 45 on the RSI. We've held that as support multiple times, and we back tested that as resistance multiple times. But as you can see, every time you're in this area, generally speaking, it's a good buying opportunity. And every time you are dropping out of that block, like over here in this instance, right, just over there, that was a very good buying opportunity. That meant you were at a massive discount, and this was actually the bottom of the bear market for most altcoins, summer 2022 to December 2022. And if you got Solana during those times, you would have been looking pretty good over here and over here, because you had some massive profits to take profit on or to take out from the markets. That's the quick update that I have for you in terms of Solana. If you take a look at the stochastic, you could wait until it drops all the way into the oversold. You could do that, of course, or you can wait for the specific price targets that I gave you. However, like I said, September is shaping up to be the month where we get our first rate cut in a long time, and we'll see how the US economy develops over the next few months. That'll be crucial if you want to understand where the markets will go in the next 6 to 12 months. Let me know, what are your thoughts on Solana? Are you still expecting the prices that we had on the Fibbonacci here, $609 for the bull market top? That's around, let's actually get our ruler. That is a 333% move to the upside. I think it's still possible if we continue with a massive bull market. Bitcoin is following the M2 global money supply. So I do think this is just a period of time where they're trying to get everyone to sell. They're trying to get everyone to become as bearish as possible. And then they'll do what they do. What they always do is they'll have the markets go up. And by they, I mean the market makers, I mean the exchanges, I mean the big boys that are actually running the markets and that are making the money regardless of where the market is going, right? They can make money on the way down, they can make money on the way up, while the majority of the retail lose money. So that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.